Hi, I'm Louis Coles from the Now Theater Company. Hi, Louis Cole, the producing director of the Now Theater Company. For those of you who don't know, we're located here in the city of Patterson. We've been in existence for the past 5 years, and the kind of plays that we've been doing thus far, we've attempted to do family plays, black families, that is. Our season runs from October to June of each year, and what we do in that season, we do 3 plays every season. Our past season, which was very successful, we opened with A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry, and that followed with A Sty of the Blind Pig by Philip Hayes Dean. And the third production, which was very successful, Paul Robeson, played by Gregory Sullivan. All 3 of those productions were very, extremely successful. And the plays that we do are the same productions or revivals out of the Negro Ensemble Company out of New York City. We produce these playwright works because there's a lot of talent there, and our black writers' works are definitely not being produced. And in regional theater, when we get the opportunity to present such a wonderful piece of literature, this is what we do.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, Lord, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, all right. Seems like every time I get up for one of these exercises, you gentlemen start stamping your feet, whistling, making your cat call. You act as if this is some sort of minstrel show. Well, if that's the case, you'd better start paying me. And if any of you think I'm not capable of collecting, try not paying up. And rest assured, you gentlemen from out of state, you won't have to confront me in your courts because, as you well know, the American Bar Association still excludes Negro lawyers. But you will have to confront these issues in your courts, or someone will have to confront them outside your courts, on your streets, really.
Play Paul Robeson was a Broadway revival that was done on Broadway some 7 years ago with James Earl Jones. And the play covers the period from 1915 up to 1976 when Paul Robeson died. And it covers Paul Robeson touring concerts throughout the world. It gives us a brief history of his law days at Columbia University Law School by being the only black law student there in 1919. And we produced the play so that we can let our people know, or let people in the country know that this is a piece of history that was lost and very unfortunate, and also to let our kids know that in fact we did have role models of a Paul Robeson in 1919. An actor, an athlete, a scholar, and a lawyer, a very brilliant man. And we were very pleased to have produced that work. I'm sure we're all familiar with the all-time black classic, A Raisin in the Sun, by Lorraine Hansberry. That play had many messages in it, but the one that I liked the most was the family's determination to better their living conditions, and also to show that we have our internal struggling, and some people would call it fighting as well, but they overcome those obstacles, and the play gives a happy family ending. Unfortunately, the money is gone, but that's the $10,000 check that Walter Lee's father had left for him. And he took a chance on this liquor store, and you know what happened. Bobo blew the money. But you have to understand where Walter Lee was coming from. He was thinking entrepreneurship. He was thinking instead of being a chauffeur, why not have a limousine driver himself? This man had ideas and feelings that he, because of the color of his skin, was held back. The play Home by Sam Ott Williams is another one of those writers out of the Negro Ensemble Company who I have a great deal of respect for. This play was done on Broadway, I think 75. It was done on Broadway and ran for some 2 years. And it revolves around a guy, a young man at the age of 35, Cephas Miles, who migrates from North Carolina, Crossroads, North Carolina, that is, the tobacco field. And I must add that it's a story that every Southern boy, because I happen to be one, that's why I mentioned that, could indeed relate to. And what he does, he tells his entire life story from his farm on North Carolina. He talks about his affair, a love affair with Patty Mae Wells, his girlfriend from boyhood, or childhood, I should say. They grew up together. And as I said before, his dream is to make it to the master, to big New York City, all the lights. And what happens to him, as happened to so many other brothers, he came here and he got in the fast lane, you know, boy comes from the country, slow lane, plow boy, coming to 42nd Street. And he gets wrapped up into drugs, alcohol, and you name it, you know, trying to be so-called hipped. And wind up going on Skid Row. And, but fortunately, he's one that makes it back to real life. And I say real life, pull himself up out of the gutter, and he returns home in Crossroads, North Carolina, and Patty Mae Wells, his childhood girlfriend, they come together. She comes back on the farm, and they marry and live happily ever after. I am one who is not satisfied with the way that we, and I say we, black and Hispanics, are being portrayed on the television. Or the movie, for that reason. Let's take a film, for instance, Colors. I'm sure a lot of you out there have seen Colors. I mean, let's face it, and I don't condone drug dealings or gangs or any of that stuff, but when I see a film where it has blacks killing each other and black-on-black crime throughout the film, and I mean, it's just all negative. To me, negative messages going out to our kids. And I think that our kids today, our people today, needs positive role models better than ever. And we feel as if the film or plays would definitely deliver these kinds of messages, because even if you don't like to read a lot, you know how many people like to go to see movies or watch television, and you know what kind of impact that has. And if we, again, I'm going to repeat myself, yes, if we don't set the record straight, it's simply not going to happen. And I can't think of a better person than me stepping out front with my partner, Mr. John Ming, and doing some justice to what we believe in and the way that our people should be represented, because we've been really misrepresented with what's happening and films of that sort. So we want to contribute from our end. Now, I'm really excited about the month of August because now we are going to now take it a step further from stage plays onto films, because we feel like this will give our work, our wonderful work that we're doing throughout the state of New Jersey, a much wider audience, a much bigger audience, because the people that's not coming to see our plays for various reasons, we will now take it into their living room. And that's one reason, and I must mention the other reason because it's very important. With the amount of black filmmakers that we have today, which is, what, 3 that I can think of, well, I don't have to mention their name, but there's definitely a need for more black filmmakers if we are to keep our culture and history intact. We must do it ourselves, and I feel very strongly about this, and I'm very confident about the film that we're going to do right here in the city of Paterson. I'm doing it in collaboration with Mr. John Ming, who is the president of the Contemporary Artists, who have done an excellent job of set designing for the Now Theater, set building, and all my technical work, or everything that it entails or takes to make a good production. And I know that he has the expertise. Him and one of his associates, Brother Rockman. I worked with him for the past 2 years, and we have an excellent rapport. And I don't want to sound like I'm over-plugging these guys, but I just want to make my point clear here. It is very important that we go on to film, because at this point, the next step needs to be taken, and that is the film arena, which we're about to approach right now. Now, it's the producers that we're appealing to. We are more than sure that, that they are going to be with us on this project for 2 reasons. One is that it's an investment. You will be getting a return on your money, which we will discuss in our investment package. That's always good, yes, we know that. And 2 is that you will be part of young black film producers in Paterson. You will actually be a part of that, and we think that's extremely more important than the return that you're going to get on your money. We would like to feel that you are with us in doing this, because remember, guys, we have to do it together. If we want to set the record straight, we are going to have to do it. So we as young black filmmakers need your support, and we know that you're here now. And that's the reason we have you here, because we were very selective in our backers list, because we basically wanted brothers who feel the same as we do and who's interested in setting this record straight. So look, let's do it together. Together we stand, divided we fall. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.